Lesson 9.5, finding features with technology. We've actually done this already in our quadratics unit, but it'll be a good refresher and hopefully make more sense now. So there's two different things you'll be asked to find, either finding the zeros or finding a minimum, a maximum, or maybe a vertex. Finding a zero, remember that's a fancy way for finding the x-intercepts. And so you'll only be given the function. You have two options. You can graph on Desmos or on your calculator. And so Desmos is pretty self-explanatory. You'll plug that into your y equals and you'll be able to see this graph. Or if you need a refresher real quick, you would plug it in. Remember, you go to y equals, put in your 1.1 x squared minus 2.3x minus 2, and then hit graph. And you should see it. I'm wanting to find these x-intercepts here, so I go second, trace, which is really your calc button, calculate. I want to find 0. Remember, it comes up with this little flashing point here. And I go to the left, and I go to the right, and I hit enter one more time, and it'll tell me, it wanted me to round, I'm sure, so I'll just put negative 0.66. That's one of them. And then the other one, I would have to go second, trace again to 0. Now I hover over to where I'm to the left of this point. Enter, to the right, enter. Enter one more time, and that tells me about 2.75. And you can see from our graph that we did it right. Okay, the other thing you're asked to find is a minimum or a maximum, which is also known as the vertex when we have something being squared. And so again, you won't have the graph, so you could do this on Desmos, or if you want to do your calculator, the refresher is plug in your function. Go to graph. Okay, and so I see the point right here is my minimum, and I go second, calc. I want to find a minimum. Now this is kind of hard to see because I can't. There it is. So you can see my little flashing point. I want to be just to the left of my minimum and then just to the right. Enter one more time. Now if I wanted to know the vertex, that would be that whole ordered pair, the negative 2.025 and the 7.199. If I want to know the minimum, they only want the y value. And so that would be the 7.199 or 7.2, whatever they have you round to. Okay, so vertex is the x and the y versus the minimum is saying what is the lowest it goes, and that's going to be your y value. Same thing with the max, it would just be your y value.